Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. This is the Uncanny Omar with...
Hello, Ødfel. It is always fun to be back.
I'm so glad you came back. And today we are continuing the ØMARCHFEL celebration with the NeverEnding Story. But before we talk about the NeverEnding Story, there was something that dropped today that has a lot of people talking, a lot of people excited, including myself. And it dropped early this morning. And that is, of course, the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. We've only known that it was going to be called Brand New Day, and now we have a trailer. A lot of people were expecting this trailer to drop Super Bowl time, but it didn't. Instead, they decided to drop it on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, because that seems about right. So what we're going to do is kind of watch this together and check out some of the things that is going on, almost frame by frame, kind of playing it. And let's see here. Nope, let's use this one, this one. There we go. So let's use this one here and talk about this trailer with a little bit of sound there.
Like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
So previously in Spider-Man 3, No Way Home, is that what it was called? The third one?
Yeah, No Way Home.
No Way Home. Spider-Man pulled a brand new day type of thing, or one more day type of thing, where he made everyone forget that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. Oh, and thank you so much. Happy to have everyone here.
Thank you.
And now we are seeing the aftermath of that. We're seeing that MJ, this version, the movie MJ, and his best friend Ned don't remember that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So he gave up all of that. Instead of giving up the marriage like he did in the comics, but it wasn't really him that made the deal with Mephisto. It was him giving up his secret identity. So no one can remember. Have you all on mute till you're done talking about the trailer? Made it this far without any info. Okay, stay strong, Alex. But you can't hear me say stay strong because you have me muted.
I can't.
So it looks like they're going to MIT. Peter Parker is still spiding up. It's a pretty cool drop.
The new suit looks so good.
Yeah, I like that shot right there because I don't think we've seen that shot before from the new movies. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Oh, yeah. Samantha, I can't wait to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I like that visual. It's a pretty cool visual. We're seeing it from the behind, even the from an angle.
My name is Peter Parker.
Doesn't make any sense.
You don't remember me, but
you don't remember me. So it looks like he's stalking his friends, right? You're keeping an eye on your friends, your posse, and they don't know who he is.
Something bad was gonna
happen. Laundromat in his suit.
Okay, I love. What's up, Book Lover? How are you? And Spidey's the best ever. I love that people get excited. The comments of the trailer were like, "Oh my gosh, this is awesome!" And it's every time that Peter Parker is down on his luck, he's poor. Ain't nobody remember who he is. People are like, "Yeah, this is the best Spider-Man." I love it. I love it. I kind of do too. The laundry shot is so cool. Yeah, I thought that was a cool shot too.
The only way to stop it.
Got the key to the city.
Everyone forget about me.
And I wonder who he's talking to here.
Because I'm not just Peter Parker.
That's so cool. Oh, so that shot right there where he's jumping off the building and kind of like the wind blowing his suit, like that kind of reminded me of the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man when he jumped off the building. And I don't know, there was just something really unique about the way that was filmed and the way that the special effects looked. I legit saw a video titled "The Press Broken Alone." That's my Spider-Man. Your klutz. I know people love it, man. Of course, in this universe, by the way, spoilers for the No Way Home, Aunt May is dead in this universe. Oh, we're gonna talk about that. Yes, Frank Castle. Hell yes, love it.
It's so wild seeing him with Spider-Man. Like honestly, like it's almost jarring because it feels like it shouldn't be a thing.
Let's see here. I think the new mayor handing him the key to the city is Fisk's female secretary from Born Again. Well, we are seeing some trickling down of Born Again, right?
Yeah.
We Frank Castle. We're about to see something else here in a second that I wanted to point out. Yeah, I was waiting how they did this. I like this relationship. He says mother, and of course Spider-Man censors him. That's awesome.
This is so silly because like the Punisher series is so like adult that it's truly so silly to see him with main label Spider-Man in a way like this where they're censoring each other.
So it seems like Peter knows Frank. Have they met? No, they have not. And I don't think he's even met Daredevil, but you know, things could have happened off screen. Like the whole destruction of, what was it, Xandar at the beginning of the Infinity War. Yeah. And hey, Kane, how are you? So let's continue with this.
And sometimes Spider-Man has
And
to do the
apparently
hard
their
thing
paths
to
are
make it
crossing,
right
so
to
maybe
your
they're all,
partner's heart.
who's that guy? Please tell me that dude's name is Paul just to piss off everybody. Peter
No, I feel like it's got to be, right?
Right, it has to be. At first, I thought, yes, is that what the internet's speculating, that it's Paul?
I feel like it's got to be. I feel like context-wise, like they'd be silly not to just make it Paul.
Peter met Matt Murdock. That is true. He did. I'm exhausted. How are you both? Doing okay. Paul, yes. Is this legit? Because that would be hilarious. Oh, man, that's like the ultimate trolling. You guys love the trailer. Frank is pretty famous in the news in the MCU Netflix, so it makes sense he knows his name. That is true. But I wonder if like there was a story that both of their paths have crossed. I thought you wrote Speedball. Watch Sadie Sink end up playing Screwball. We didn't see Sadie Sink, did we, in this trailer?
Yeah, I don't think she's in this trailer.
It'll be Paul, but he'll be named Harry or something. Oh man, we already hate this guy. Peter hates this guy.
What is happening to me?
So it looks like this right here is something I didn't see coming. And that is, he is going through another mutation or some sort of mutation.
Do you think they're going to make him a mutant? Also, sorry, my cats keep knocking this over, so bear with me.
No, it's okay.
But do you think they're going to make him a mutant? Is that what they're going for? I don't know a whole lot about Spider-Man, but them having emphasis on mutation a couple times in this trailer has me curious.
Well, in this trailer, we also see someone else that's talking about evolution. It's kind of a weird thing, right? Guy gets bitten by a radioactive spider, gains spider-like powers. The only difference between him and a mutant is that mutants are born with it. I just did a 360 of your place. If Peter knows Matt, no, you're good. You know, there weren't any dead bodies. You're fine. No Way Home. I'm curious on the case Matt was working on, if No Way Home erased the secret identity. That is true. Would Matt remember? That's
Probably
oh my gosh. It's such a headache to like keep track. Even in the comics, when One More Day happened, who remembers what? Because it's kind of picking and choosing. So what is happening? It looks like that he is becoming a man spider, perhaps. This is really cool. I like that part.
It looks like they might be giving him more like Spider-Woman's powers, like how she's like mutated from Spider. It almost looks like they might be doing something similar to that.
Ooh, good point. Damage control is also confirmed here. Sadie Sink is believed is the person locked up in the chair in the trailer. Oh, I wonder who she's going to be playing. My buddy King's... Go ahead.
It's going to be Firestar so bad.
Yeah, I think Firestar will be my best guess. And then also, that's also introducing mutants, right? It's not just Amazing Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Sadie Sink is supposedly Jean Grey, or there's the other, doing the other for sure. Yeah, or at least they're going to make sure that he has organic webbing. How will MJ remember Pete again? Jean's powers? Magic. You get Doctor Strange involved.
Again.
Yeah.
I mean, so they've used Jean's powers for that in the comics before. like when young time displaced Jean meets Cyclops for the first time and he gets emotional, she's like, why? And he puts her hand to his temple and she gets like their entire timeline. So it's not unheard of that if she is Jean, like that's something she can do.
Organic webbing is just Peter leaving his DNA everywhere. Not if it dissolves, right? Jean Grey episode of Iron Man Armored Adventures. Strange wouldn't do it again. I mean, would he? Maybe not him, but
he wouldn't remember, right? He wouldn't remember doing it the first time.
What if Mephisto does it? Oh God, we finally get Mephisto that way. So Mark Ruffalo is back playing Professor Bruce Banner. There's a couple of shots that he's in here.
Could be enormously dangerous.
Yeah, mutation or evolution, not good. Not for this guy. We need Macy Gray. No, we do not, Macy Gray. Oh my gosh, I hated that part about the first movie, dude. And he's kissing Aunt May's grave. So they're saying that the person in the chair is Sadie Sink. But who is it? Who is she playing? Wait, did you mean Sarah Gray? Jean Grey's sister? That would be awesome. If they remember Peter again, that would ruin No Way Home. Yeah, I don't know if they'll do it or if she starts getting memories. Will there be a Doctor Doom reference or appearance, I wonder? Because this is taking place before Avengers Doomsday.
This would also give them a really good opportunity for Peter to like have a clear conscience to either be with Gwen Stacy or Felicia. Because he wouldn't be dating MJ.
Oh, Felicia.
Oh, Felicia.
Oh, that would be awesome. What kind of takes away the charm is we're missing the Daily Bugle. For now, we are. Or maybe they've moved on to an online newspaper. I thought she was Rachel Summers. Yeah, we really don't know how to meet. Wrong universe! All right. We're almost done with this trailer, which has the best parts coming up, I think.
Cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
Who is talking right now?
Faced with a danger that we can't control.
That's the thing is I can't recognize that voice.
Stay out of my way.
That's the Scorpion. So Matt Gargan is back in a suit we kind of expected.
You're losing it, kid.
Yeah, more Punisher.
For those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of.
Oh, okay. Keith David. That's Keith David, right?
Is it Keith David? It sounds like Keith David.
It's Keith David, right? Yeah.
Has he been in the MCU before? I don't think.
No, but oh my God, he needs to play. Okay, wait.
Yeah, I'm like watching the gears in your brain. I'm like, no, tell me what's going on.
Well, his voice is perfect for somebody like the Watcher, right? Like somebody.
Did he play the Watcher in the What If show? Who played the Watcher in the What If show?
Oh, you're right. You know what? We already got a Watcher voice. Who is it? I don't know.
No, because you said that, and I'm like, you're right. And then I was like, wait, is it Keith David?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember.
That's definitely Tarantula. I wanted to go back to these. The internet is so quick too, because as I was watching this, I was like, oh my God, that's Eric Larson's cover. And then we went to this, and that's Spectacular Spider-Man #1, and this right here. This scene right here. I was like, that's not an homage to Spider-Man, but to me, it reminded me immediately of Wolverine by Frank Miller.
Yeah.
And I'll do a comparison here in a little bit. Like so. Like, to me, this reminded me of Frank Miller and
that does
Chris Claremont against the Hand. And somebody said that they've probably digitally removed Daredevil from this shot, like on the left-hand side, which would be really cool.
See it?
Yeah.
Like, assuming Daredevil's in this movie, I could absolutely see him being involved if the Hand is involved.
There's no way Daredevil's not in this movie. I mean, we already got Frank, right?
Yeah.
There's no way we don't. Yeah, that's what it would remind me. Oh my gosh. That when I saw that shot, I was like, oh wow. That is so cool. Because I was expecting homage covers, but not that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
All right, so let's look really quick at the internet was quick. Like as I was watching it, somebody had already
Oh my
put it.
gosh.
So you've got the classic Amazing Fantasy 15 cover, right? The one that is actually drawn by Jack Kirby, not Steve Ditko. Steve Ditko did a cover, but unfortunately they decided to use a Jack, because I mean Jack Kirby was the in-house artist. They kind of wanted everything to look the same, and Fantastic Four was selling so well. Later on, they did use the Steve Ditko as a variant cover for Amazing Spider-Man 700. And I thought that was really cool. But that is the Jack Kirby cover right there from Amazing Fantasy number 15, first appearance of Spider-Man. And then the next one is from Amazing Spider-Man 345, which is the Eric Larson Boomerang cover. And then we have Spectacular Spider-Man number 1. That is wicked.
That's rad.
I'm sure that this on the right hand side is probably going to be nothing but a montage at the very beginning of the movie, but
To show that like time has passed.
Yeah, showing the kind of villains that he's fought, because I seriously doubt he's gonna fight Tarantula. He's gonna fight Boomerang in here. Yeah.
It'll probably establish his friendship with like Daredevil and Frank, so we can kind of skip past the awkward introductions, if I had to guess, based on how friendly they seemed.
I still love that shot. So wicked. Oh, can't wait to see this and what happens. Okay, I'm surprised we didn't get any Tombstone in the trailer. So who was that? Keith David? Is that what we have established? Is that what people were saying?
Sounded like him.
People online are also saying that might be Rogue. No way, that's Rogue. That's the kid in the. Let me add this to the stage. The one in the bus? No. Here, let me get a better shot. I think it's just a kid in the bus, man. They're not going to introduce Rogue in a trailer, right? That's just ridiculous. But yeah. Oh, she's a Jets fan. She just kind of looks like Rogue, right? Yeah, those guys doing the bottom look like they're charging toward the left rather than upwards. Yeah. I hope so. Daredevil fighting the hand. I mean, that's got to be right. The guy playing Tombstone is perfect casting. I do love that dude that is playing Tombstone. My question is, yeah, Keith David. Let me go back to the chat and see what they were saying. Daredevil's totally in that scene, right? Oh, yeah, that's what we're thinking. Someone has apparently digitally edited out of the hand scene below Peter. Crouching tiger, hidden spider. And I'm all here for that. Spider-Man can't be on TV, so Daredevil has to be in this movie. Huh. If you look at the girl in the bus when Spider-Man hits the same hair, she does. But honestly, I mean, who hasn't had that kind of hair, right?
I mean, I've literally had that hair. But also, like, she does serve like Evolution Rogue. It could be just a reference, but I don't know what they're doing at all with X-Men, so it's really hard to say.
There's no way. She's wearing a Jets shirt, guys. That's not Rogue. I'm gonna put some money on that. Kind of like
like I've literally had my hair done like that just to have like a fun blonde bang piece. So I think it could really go either way. It's probably just a girl.
Is Boomerang going to be Spidey's annoying roommate like in the comics? I hope so. From what I've heard, there's a 4-year time jump.
Damn.
They just got accepted to MIT, or maybe that's hold on. Keith David voicing Tombstone, but the standing actor on screen is Tobias Wells, actor from Arrowverse. So is that confirmed? Is it really Keith David doing the voice of Tombstone? Because that's that actually fits. Oh, hold on a second. No, it's Tremel Tillman who plays the Doc Bad Guy. He's from Severance. I'm gonna have to look that up. Rogue ain't no Jets fan. There are like 100 other Marvel telepaths you could use besides Jean now. White and brown hair equals Rogue. I'm also, thank you, Tina. I saw a Canadian. It must be Wolverine. All right. It's not that bad. And no, it ain't confirmed. Huh? Why would the actor not be the voice himself? He has an incredible voice. I don't think that's true. Yeah, I need to see if that's confirmed or not. The black. Oh, I like that dude. That dude is killer. Who's he playing? Wait, who's he playing in this? Because Rogue has never hung out for extended periods of time in New York. Not as a Jets fan. Mr. Milkshake.
They're using the Jets logo to hide the X on her shirt. I swear to God.
Oh my God. Yeah, he does sound like Keith David. I'm glad that I wasn't the only one. Everybody else thought that too. Yeah, they confirmed there's a 4-year skip from No Way Home. Where's Puma? I don't know. Maybe in the montage that we haven't seen yet. That would be cool if they do a montage in that style and just make it nothing but covers, like an homage to the covers. So Bruce is entrapped as the Hulk, huh? Well, 4 years have passed. A lot of time has gone by, huh?
Yeah.
He's playing the Doc bad guy. Okay, I've heard of the 4-year time jump as well, but it's not evident in the trailer. My assumption is the 4 years will be a smash cut of lesser villains he's fought before the real movie starts.
Yeah, because he probably sees like the video of MJ saying they just got a accepted to school would mean that's like right after the movie. So it's probably like a little like sad boy montage, villain montage, then beginning a movie to show that he's like not bothered them for 4 years or something.
And if this is taking place after Born Again, which kicks off here in a couple of weeks, season 2, it might spoil some things from Born Again as well, such as like Daredevil's outfit and I mean, unless they do a, what is it called, the Shadowland type of ending to Born Again where Daredevil is leading the hand.
That could also be cool.
And that's who they digitally have removed. I'm interested in it though. Next week is Born Again. How many episodes of Born Again is dropping next week out of curiosity? Season 1 was good, Kane. It was so good. Like, not like Netflix season 3 good, but it was good. Night Nurse is in the movie as well. Peter Parker's life, sad boy montage. Fisk is no longer the mayor, or whoever that lady is. I don't know. If Peter's mutating, Jean and Rogue would be interested in Spider-Man. I find that to be such a weird way to introduce mutants through Spider-Man. He's already a well-established character. I thought they were just using this evolution, kind of like what they did in The Other, was so they could... The reason The Other happened, by the way, was to make the character more like the movie character, the Tobey Maguire character, who had organic webbing, and now they're doing it again. So I find that really interesting that they're wanting, it seems like they're wanting to give him organic webbing.
I kind of hope they don't give him the X gene because I still think it would be fun to see that be Miss Marvel. And to give Miss Marvel like a niche and a foothold that she kind of needs right now. Because I feel like if they do it with Peter, there's really no need to tell that story again with Kamala.
Let's see here. We get a Miss Marvel and Namor already brought in the mutants. Could Sadie Sink be the Black Cat? I mean, she totally could, right? That would be an interesting thing to do with a redhead, right? You have the obvious redhead that is not playing MJ.
I think I would be so happy with Felicia or Firestar, but like I want to see Felicia in a movie. Yeah. I don't need it to be Sadie Sink, but I need her in a movie.
Well, there's just so much Batman and Catwoman, right, that they've done over the years. In just about every one of them, you have the Tim Burton Batman and Catwoman from Batman Returns. You've got Batman and Catwoman from Dark Knight Rises, and you've got the new Batman and Catwoman from The Batman. So it makes sense to bring in a super sexy villain, will they, won't they type of chemistry.
Well, also, like, Peter's finally an adult, so it's not weird to do, like, a femme fatale storyline with a teenager. And two, like, it would be such an interesting foil to MJ, because MJ's always been like, I care more about Peter than Spider-Man, and Felicia's I care more about Spider-Man than Peter. Like, I don't care who you are. So it'd also be like very interesting to see him like flop his relationships.
Mm-hmm. Well, whomever she's playing, I think she's a great little actress, man. Like she was awesome in. She was good in Stranger Things, but then I saw her in something else. Oh, the Brendan Fraser movie that won an Oscar, The Whale.
Oh yeah,
great. She was great in that. Yeah, and I remember watching that movie, and I was like, wow, Sadie Sink has actually got great acting chops. I think she's gonna go far. Sydney Sweeney has been fan casted as Black Cat. I saw her, Madam Web. No, thank you. I'm sure she's great in Euphoria. Trammell Tillman, the black guy from Severance, is playing the Department of Damage Control bad guy. Okay, that's who he's playing. Thank you. And he's the guy that's talking. Ooh,
and Department of Damage Control, that was the antagonist for Wonder Man too, right? That's the new agency.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that Wonder Man even had an antagonist. Wouldn't mind Chase Infinity as Black Cat. That woman is fine. I'm going to have to do a little Google. The Well made me check my weight more often. It was a good movie. Ned and MJ go to MIT while Peter goes to Empire State. Sydney Sweeney needs to stay far away from Black Cat. I wonder if the post scene will tie it into Doomsday. Yeah, what could they have? Because it seems like Doomsday, the whole thing that is kind of tying everything together is that Dr. Doom is gathering the children, the offspring of the Avengers. So I wonder how they could tie it into this.
I need it to be Children's Crusade. So
I love that story.
God.
We need more of the Young Avengers, honestly. When is that going to happen? How is that not a TV show? With Peter getting organic webbing, does that mean Ezekiel Sims is showing up? Oh, Charlie, have you not seen Madam Web? We had Ezekiel. It was so bad, dude. It was so bad. I would imagine this can set up the inheritors for the future films, or tie it into Spider-Verse at that point. Spider Adult. I'm just here for another Spidey trilogy. And what a year for Spidey fans. Marvel Maximum Collection this month. Black Cat on Marvel Rivals in April. Spider-Man Noir in May. Brand New Day in July. Stack. Look at Samantha bringing in the facts. Damage Control going to make Sentinels. I guess in this universe they can, right? I think Sydney Sweeney is done with Marvel.
I hope.
Okay. Well, yeah, he's the guy who was talking. Okay, so that's who. I wonder if he was talking to him. Damage Control was in WandaVision 2. They've been around for a little while. William Metzger. Apparently, Tillman's playing William Metzger. Thank you all so much. Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. That would be weird to bring her into a Spider-Man movie. It's already going to be packed. I kind of want him to do.
Was Damage Control in Miss Marvel? It's been so long since I've seen it. I forgot what agency was tracking her down, but yeah, I guess it was.
I really liked Miss Marvel. I thought it was a good show.
Me too.
A fun show.
Yeah. I also, I don't know how you felt about her power change, but I kind of liked it. I think it works better for like visual on screen.
I was okay with it. I'm not the biggest fan of the Inhumans, so like, oh, you mean the power that she used?
Having like the ability to do like the platforms and stuff instead of just being another bendy character. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. It was Sword in WandaVision. Yeah, because what's her name? Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau. She was part of Sword. Yeah. Who is William Metzger? Apparently somebody that works for Damage Control. Omar, I feel like you know things about this movie. Marvel been giving you any nuggets? I just actually had a conversation with one of my one-on-ones about how they don't share. Like it's weird because the MCU is separated from comics, and that's like the folks in collected editions and the folks in comics kind of find out the same time we do about all these things. Yeah. Love that shot at the end. Hope this means my Amazing Fantasy 15 will go. Dude, you have an Amazing Fantasy 15. It's already gone up in price.
I know. I was like, if it isn't already a high price book,
It's a high
it
price.
might. Yeah.
Sadie Sink would be a good name for a comic book character due to the alliteration. Oh, Stan Lee would have loved that, right? When do we get MCU dupe? The world needs this.
I would absolutely scream for a dupe cameo just in the background somewhere, just to be like, no way. No way.
Okay, to be fair, you would also like a cameo from Soft Serve. I did not see Madam Web.
Every time I'm forced to remember she exists, I think I lose like 10 years on my life.
I hate that character existing so much.
Oh god.
From what I heard, it was really not that good. That is the nicest thing I've heard anyone say about Madam Web, that it was not really good. No, it was awful. It was so bad. Wonder Man is a good lead into potential Shang-Chi 2. I'm surprised we haven't had an announcement of Shang-Chi 2.
Me too. I feel like it did really well, and I'm kind of surprised they've not moved with it in any direction.
I thought it was part of like the last phase we had.
Me too. Well, I thought it was going to tie into something with like Madness in the Multiverse or the Marvels with like its post-credit scene, and then it just kind of went nowhere.
Yeah, so I don't know.
No.
It's all these movies just sitting around. Beak. Well, you got to have Angel with Beak, and then all them little kids, Madam Weeb. Quick shout out to Destin Daniel for giving us Shang-Chi, Wonder Man, and what's looking to be a fantastic Spidey movie. This man is killing it in Marvel. Oh, I want a cameo from Wonder Man, though, man. That movie. Oh, that's. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at your 2019 facsimile edition. Okay, it might shoot up, man. You never know.
I feel like the thing is, if they haven't reprinted a facsimile in a while, it might go up a decent bit. I don't think it'll like skyrocket, but I could see them go up if it's not something they're printing a lot of.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. Marvel Comics must have read the leaks months ago to reprint the other and superior foes in time for the movie. Yeah, they're coming out with Brand New Day, so they knew the title. It's coming out in a little book format. They're coming out with Superior Foes and the other in the small digest size format. Doorman needs the cameo. Doomsday. Oh, dude, he got rid of what's his name? Josh
Gad.
Yeah, I was happy with that.
I feel like we have to have like a Wonder Man on a billboard or something in the background. I feel like we'll see something.
If it was the same showrunner, I would assume that they will, right?
Yeah.
They almost have to.
Or to give us a scope of time. Because like I don't know if this has happened I don't know if Wonder Man has also happened 4 years in the future, or if this movie is kind of ahead and some of the other movies are backfilling, like, you know? Whenever they do skips like that, I'm like, what is the timeline now?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, especially after Endgame, when the characters came back and we had the next Spider-Man movie, that was really weird because 5 years they were gone, so they're going back to the same high school, but pure coincidence, all the friends were also part of the time skip, so they also faded away. Woo. Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep up with that, right? I think Thunderbolts, I think, was one of the better movies to handle that time jump well. What happens to these people when they were gone for 5 years? There was another show. Was it Hawkeye? One of the other shows I thought handled it really well. Do you believe Doomsday will introduce Avengers confidently? Because we only had one movie of Shang-Chi and or cameos. Oh, you mean introduce Shang-Chi to the Avengers? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with this like labeling war between the Thunderbolts and the actual Avengers. If they're just gonna drop all of that roster on us in the movie, or if they're gonna like slow trickle that. But
I don't know what they're gonna do with that one. Clayface is coming out in September. I can't wait for that trailer. Yeah, Penguin was excellent. You watch that, Ødfel?
I haven't seen Penguin yet, but I heard incredible things about it. I am stoked about Clayface though.
What makes you stoked for Clayface?
I really liked a lot of the adaptations of him. From like the Harley Quinn show was good. When they did his episode in is it Caped Crusaders, the most recent animated one they did?
Yeah.
That one was phenomenal. And if it's anything like Caped Crusader, I hope they have that kind of eerie, off-putting vibe to him. I'm just hoping it's not too horror for me not to want to watch.
I forgot that you're not the biggest fan of horror.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take care of it. We'll take care of it.
Just like pause it every 2 minutes and be like, jump scare.
Is Brand New Day's omnibus worth it? Yeah. I look, here's the thing. Brand New Day was this really weird era of Spider-Man right after one of the most horrible stories, or at least in my opinions, One More Day, which is where they reset Spider-Man. He is no longer married, and then Brand New Day happens. So what happened was a lot of us old heads were pissed off that they did that. How could they do that to our beloved Spider-Man and their treasured marriage? I've been collecting these issues since they've been married. You know, it's what happens when you read something and these characters are so important to you. They become like real people. Well, what happens though is that enough time goes by, you distance yourself from those feelings. So by the time this omnibus came out, it was awesome, dude. I can see why they did it. I'm not saying it was the right call. I still love MJ and Spidey, which is why I was a big advocate for the Ultimate Spider-Man comic by Jonathan Hickman. But I can see why they wanted to give him a fresh start, a brand new day, because he was so carefree. He was single. He was broke. He didn't have any money. He was down on his luck. The Parker luck kind of came back, and the writers kind of had the freedom to do what they wanted with the character. He wasn't tied down. And I'm not saying marriage is the end of everything when you're a man or a woman, or you know what I'm saying? It was just their way of saying he has nothing to be tied down to. Let's have him be fun and young again. And once you distance yourself from that, man, it's a really good story. I really dug it.
Well, that's the hard thing about comics, right? Because like marriage does kind of stagnate comic characters, because like time needs to flow in these books, but time also can't flow in these books because Peter Parker is the hip, young, teenage, college age character. So when he starts settling down and getting married and having kids, like they lose that character for teenagers to latch onto and get into. And they've tried like aging up Peter and putting in Miles, but like eventually I feel like there hits a point in the cycle where they're like, okay, time to make him a kid again. And like DC does the same thing. They de-aged Raven quite a bit so that way they could write a whole thing with her and Damian. Like I feel like it's just kind of the doom of most comic characters. They hit like their family life plateau, and then if they're not the Fantastic Four, it's in jeopardy.
I think in comic books it makes it really difficult. You know, for if you're a new reader, oh my gosh, it's amazing, right? You like, even if you've been reading comics for 5 years, you don't really notice the aging up or anything. And then about the 7-year mark, you'll start noticing things a little bit weird. Shouldn't this character be older? Wait, they just had a kid. I think the only character that has kind of aged in comics is Valeria.
Yeah.
Because Franklin Richards, that kid stayed a kid for decades. And then Valeria, his little sister, comes around and she aged up. And she is like, it's insane. I think that is about the only character in comics where you have characters like Wolverine, right? He doesn't really age well. No, that's what we were joking about. MJ's new boyfriend, Seb Boyle's Paul.
I think they're gonna make it Paul.
Is it secret? Is it safe? I mean, is it strong hands and racing snails yet? We're almost ready to talk about it, Alex. Easy money for Marvel Studios' Superior Foes, a Spider-Man TV show, but in the tone of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I love that show, man. Yes. The marriage was the jump the shark moment in the classic era, right? It was something that they rushed to do because they wanted to do it in the newspaper strips. What's funny is you mentioning that reminds me of the rule for TV shows. Like the rule for TV shows is will they, won't they? And you keep that going for as long as possible. because the minute characters get together, the audience, not everybody, but a lot of the audience starts losing interest. And I mean, it's kind of happened like either in with the Friends or The Office or shows that go on for a long time. Once characters get together and then they get married, it's like you lose a part of the audience. Live action CGI.
Sorry, I was gonna say, to keep the drama alive, like, you really only have two routes, and it's kind of like writing those characters more into the background, or making their marriage really toxic, which, like, we've seen with, like, Jean and Scott several times, is they were like, well, how do we keep the dynamic alive? We have to keep throwing acid on it. Instead of just kind of, like, relegating their, like, romance to the background. So there's really only two routes, and it's like, do you want to see your faves relegated to the sidelines? Do you want to see your faves become toxic? Like, not really on either case. So whenever they do, like, wedding issues or, like, settling down books, I get so nervous because I'm like, ooh, it's about to get messy from here.
My bigger issue with Brand New Day is that it kind of changed what happened in all the stories you just read. So many characters came back or had different things going on, and it was kind of hard to keep up with too. That's one of my biggest issues with Brand New Day, because it wasn't a hard reboot like DC does. It was a soft reboot. So it was just Peter Parker. So if Peter Parker, nobody remembers who Peter Parker is, like he is Spider-Man, then the whole thing with Civil War did not happen, right? Well, then Aunt May then gets shot, and then MJ sacrificed the marriage for her life. But instead, what ends up happening is that they get de-aged some. But then what about their adventures with, like, the Punisher or Wolverine? Do they still remember? But then things, oh man, it was like the editors had a nightmare. They were like, okay,
I can't even imagine.
What are we going to do? Like, obviously Wolverine's going to remember the minute he snips him. I've never understood keeping Peter and MJ separate on the basis of supposedly not being able to tell more interesting stories as a result. What do you mean you don't know how to write greater stakes? Well, I think it's been proven that you can write characters that get married and have kids, like Peter Tomasi's Superman, where him and Lois Lane are married and they have Jonathan Kent, right? And it's a wonderful, wonderful Superman story. And then we got Super Sons out of that. And then they aged up Jonathan, and that was a mistake. God, that was something so bad that they did. But comics, huh? Let me offer Wally West as a counterpoint of example of letting a character grow, still finding new ways to tell stories. But John, let's not forget, for 5 years, there was no Wally West with Linda. They were gone, dude. The kids were gone. Remember? During New 52. That's part of, like, why DC can keep moving. Oh, we'll just get rid of Wally West. There's only one Flash, and it's Barry Allen. Okay, there's two Flashes. Okay, there's another Flash. All right, there is a Wally West, but it's not the Wally West you remember. This one is African-American. The Wally West you remember is a redhead, and he is no longer part. Like, it's such a nightmare, man, to kind of, like, even with their small little changes that they make, the rules that they make, they kind of go along. Like, yeah.
DC, there's definitely benefits and flaws to it, but I feel like DC's in, like, a 3 or 4 year reboot cycle, where if I'm picking up a comic for the first time in, like, 3-4 years from them, I'm just expecting it to be a completely, like, unique universe, because they're always rebooting, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's kind of become a joke, right? Oh, if you don't like it, just stick around for another few years. They're going to reboot the universe.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, man, it seems to have worked for DC. They seem to make it work. I don't know how. Well, maybe I know. Like, subconsciously, you kind of expect it. And for Marvel, you don't expect it, but this big Armageddon thing that's going to happen in the summer might change things in the way we see the Marvel Universe. And we were supposed to be talking about NeverEnding Story, and here we are talking about the Marvel big event. So we will make the transition here really quick to NeverEnding Story. Yeah, that sucked, and they eventually fixed it. One More Days continues to stand for one moment in time. Was that what it was called? The follow-up to that? And let me get this super chat before we start. Easy money for Marvel, Superior Foes. Yes, I got that one. I did get that one. Okay. Let's quickly talk about NeverEnding Story. If y'all want to keep talking about One More Day or Brand New Day, I'd be more than happy to. But I wanted to talk about one of my favorite childhood movies, and also a movie Oddfell has never seen. Obit, yes, One Moment in Time. God, that was it was so bad. Okay, I really like this movie. I'm a big fan of fantasy movies from the 80s. I like this movie so much. I had to get the big limited edition 4K that comes with the European cut and the American cut, which is the happy cut that you watched. Woo! The European cut.
What's the European cut?
It's
Because I rented mine from Prime, so I feel like it was probably happy cut.
Okay. The happy cut is just different music. The music and the score that they use for the NeverEnding Story in Europe is nightmarish and sad and depressing. So every scene that you were depressed or sad about in the movie, it's 10 times worse. Because there is no NeverEnding Story. Like, it doesn't even start with a NeverEnding Story classic song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually ends with that. It's so cool. And woo, yeah. I love this movie. It means a lot. I've read the book, and even the second movie gets a pass. What comics can you read to prepare for Brand New Day? You should read Brand New Day for sure. Absolutely. That's what I recommend for sure. I think a lot, and the other, and Superior Foes of Spider-Man. There you go. But Oddfell has never seen this, so I'm going to give you the quick recap in case people still want to talk about Brand New Day. And that is a young boy named Bastian seems to get picked on at school, which is really sad, depressing. Gets picked on, he gets thrown in the trash, and eventually finds himself in this bookstore. And the bookstore is carrying this magical book that he should never touch. I love watching this movie with my kids because they're like, obviously he's going to take the book with him, and he does. Even though the book owner's like, don't take that. So he begins to read the story. And the story is all about this world called Fantasia, where the nothing is coming and is kind of creepy the way it's described.
Yeah.
Just making things go away. Like when Rockbiter shows up in the scene with the Snail Racer and Teeny, what's the guy's name? Teeny Weeny, I think. He explains about the lake just going away, and the guy, the characters were like, what, like it dried up? And he was like, no, it was there 1 minute and then it was not there anymore. So then we're introduced to our other character, the saving grace of Fantasia, the person that's going to defeat the nothing, and that is Atreyu. And Atreyu comes in with his horse and goes on this journey to try to put a stop to the nothing. Everything that you're watching is what Bastian is reading. Bastian has just lost his mom. His dad is played by Gerald McRaney, who was Major Dad. And if you've seen Deadwood, he was also in that movie as well. In the sequel, he's played by the guy that played the Flash in the TV show. And this will eventually lead into a loss, and Artax gets sucked into the swamps of sadness, and Atreyu loses his horse, and he's trying to find the childlike empress and trying to get her to safety and trying to restore all of Fantasia. And Bastian gets lured more and more into this story, and eventually kind of breaking the fourth wall, where he sees himself at the Oracle, where Atreyu's trying to pass this one test, and it's like you're looking at yourself, and it kind of shows you who you really are. And when he's looking at himself, he sees Bastian, and Bastian sees him, and Bastian just freaks out, throws the book, and he's like, F that. But instead, I'll just pick it back up and read it some more because I'm a misunderstood kid, and Fantasia needs my help. So eventually, there's this whole fight with Gamor, what is his name? Gamor, the big wolf. Yeah, which looked amazing. Big props. Love those days, man. Between him and Atreyu, and making it to the big castle where the childlike empress is, and apparently they can't save it. They can't save Fantasia because the nothing has destroyed everything, unless Bastian is able to give her a name. Now, in the book, and if you've seen the movie enough, you know that the name of his mom is Moonchild, and that's what he screams when he realizes that the book is talking to him and he needs to give her a name. And he gives the childlike empress his mother's name, which was Moonchild. Obviously, his parents were hippies, and gets to go to Fantasia and ride Falcor. And what kid growing up watching this movie did not want to ride a luck dragon and hang out with Atreyu? And there were many adventures that Bastion had, but that's another story. And that's it. That's pretty much NeverEnding Story 1. It is based on the book. The book itself continued, and that's where NeverEnding Story 2 came in, even though that was years later. I don't think this was a big success at the box office. I don't think it really pulled in a lot of money. I know it was, I want to say it was a German production company that made it. That's why it was really hard to find. And that's why a lot of the props and a lot of the things are over in Germany at a museum. Like there's a big
that's really cool.
Yeah. And then, of course, one of the greatest things we got out of this is the soundtrack, which was amazing.
Yeah. The score of this is so good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Ivory Tower, the Swamps of Sadness score, the Ruined Landscape, and then the NeverEnding Story theme by Limahl, I think, is who did the songs. But it's one of my favorite movies. I have this movie memorized. I have rewatched it time and time again. And when it came to putting it up on the poll, I was like, yeah, let's do this. I thought about I always put not Buckaroo Banzai, Baron Munchausen on there, and it, for some reason, ends up losing every time. I love that movie as well. It's actually, between that and Brazil are my two favorite Terry Gilliam movies. But this has a special place in my heart. This is not an ignorant question. This is a good question. It is based on the book NeverEnding Story. Yeah. We don't talk about the Jack Black. That's the third movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is a German book. It has been translated into English as well. I had NeverEnding Story on the poll last year, but I don't think it won. Thank you for that. So, Ødfel, this is your first time watching it. And I'm always scared when people watch it for the first time because you have no nostalgia for this. Maybe you've heard the song, and maybe you heard the song for the first time in Stranger Things of all places. But I want to know your honest opinion. Like, has this aged well? Is it nostalgia driven? Is it like, wow, this is really cheesy, or I don't understand this, it's creepy? What did you think?
I finally understand how my adult friends who I subject to Last Unicorn feel. Like, watching this movie, I went, oh, yeah, I get it. Because when you aren't watching it for the first time with childlike wonder, I feel like these movies don't quite hit the same. Mm-hmm. And like watching this movie, I kept just sitting there going, like, I wish I could have just watched this as a child. Because I feel like so much of this would have hit if I was a child. Because things like is it Atrax, the horse?
Yeah.
I feel nothing for this horse as an adult because he had like a minute of screen time before he gets murdered. Like we see the horse, we watch them eat lunch, and then it's instantly the swamp. And like going into this movie, that is the only scene I knew about. That's the iconic scene everyone talks about. Like
that's the
scene, like broken as a
right?
child. Yeah, like everyone always like talks about that scene. And like watching as an adult, it's like a minute after we meet this horse, and I'm like, what? And then they're like, yeah, the horse is sad, so now he's sinking, and I'm like, so like there's a lot of things like that where I'm like, I feel like. Yeah, and I'm like, I wish I felt more for this horse. I feel like if I was a kid, I would be like way more locked in by this point to be like so excited about this horse that I'm now so devastated about this horse. I think that like the puppeteering held up really well. I really liked a lot of the practical effects. Some of them were kind of uncanny and creepy. I wish Falcor would stop winking so much. But I do like I like I like the spirit of this movie. I don't think I like it as much as someone who grew up with it, because there's a disconnect. And I feel like the disconnect is like the childlike wonder and nostalgia to it. Like there were so many times where I was like, haha, I bet he's gonna see the little kid when he looks in the mirror. And then he sees the little kid when he looks in the mirror, and I went, oh, God dang it! Oh my God. And I think that's just like, you know, watching it as an adult. Like I found myself sitting there half of the movie being like, so do you think the nothing is because he didn't let the old man finish the book and he destroyed it in the first place? Because if this book is sentient, he totally stole the previous guy's world state and just started. And I found myself just like, I want a prequel about that guy. What was his world state? Because yeah, he just absolutely stopped that guy mid-story and went, actually, I'm never returning this. Goodbye. But I liked it. I just definitely think like watching it as a child would have so much more oomph to it. You have like much more wonder. I think your brain fills in a lot of the plot holes with like much more fantastical ideas at that age. Where to me, a lot of the plot holes are just plot holes. And yeah, I know like child me would have also probably had a crush on Atreyu. Like I would have been obsessed with that kid. I know it. I can sense it because I had a crush on Mowgli as a kid, and I'm like, I would have liked that kid.
Well, yeah, man, he had like a button-down shirt all popped open so you can see
the medallion, and like he had a horse.
Oh, the Orin, yeah, man.
Yeah, the Orin's such a cool design. Like I like the world building in this movie. I just feel like there is a component, kind of like Pagemaster 2, where there is something very special about getting to watch it as a kid.
Did you say Pagemaster 2 or Pagemaster?
Oh, Pagemaster as well. Like Last Unicorn, Pagemaster, I would put this in that category of like the rewatchability is like sky high if you watched it as a kid. But trying to show someone it for the first time, I feel like it's a lot of like, wait, let it cook, please. I promise it's good. Wait.
I always wonder which one is cheesier. I hate using that word for movies that mean a lot to me, because there's Dark Crystal, and then there was Labyrinth.
Yeah.
I remember thinking Labyrinth was almost like a musical. Plus it had David Bowie, but it's almost so cheesy that I don't know if anybody would take it seriously. Like you can't recapture that magic as when you were a kid. Seeing it for the first time as an adult, I don't know, and I don't want to speak for everybody, but seeing it as an adult has to feel different. Like, what the fuck is even this about? Like, why would anybody freak out about this guy taking this young girl and him being over? You know what I'm saying? And then there was this.
I watched Labyrinth last year for the first time as well, and I was really confused what the hype was about, because I thought it was going to be a romance story based on how everyone hypes it up. And I remember sitting there and being like, this wasn't a bad movie. It's just 0% what I expected the tone of the movie to be based on how people talk about it.
People talk, well, yeah, and I think that's what happens sometimes too, is you let nostalgia drive your passion and your over explanation of how something is so wonderful. But then I think some movies do stick though. Some movies do work. Like I could see Dark Crystal working more than NeverEnding Story, because you're not introducing a human character. It's not your isekai, right? It's not a world where the human is reading about it, or a world where the girl gets transported to this world. So it's almost like an Alice in Wonderland type of story. It's more like, here's the world. This is the world building. This is everything you need to know. Now these MFers got to merge, or this whole thing has got to, or it's not going to work. So, I think about that.
I think too, like even when I watched Dark Crystal as a kid, it didn't feel like a kid's movie. I think part of the reason it's aged so well is the plot was delivered for adults. Like kids can get something out of it, but like the plot is complex and deep, where like I feel like things like NeverEnding Story, like the intended audience is children. So like it would probably age well to show a child this movie today, but to watch a kid's movie as an adult is always a very different thing, regardless of when that kid's movie came out. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's kind of the difference at least with these for me. I do think like the themes they followed were pretty interesting. I liked that a lot of the trials were just mental health. Like the first one was like depression. The second one was like self-worth. Like they were all very like confront who you actually are instead of who you're trying to be. Like they were all very interesting themes for like a child to have to deal with. That I don't feel like I see a lot of movies tackle. Granted, I haven't seen Inside Out. I know that's like a kid's mental health movie, but like this one, I was like, oh, that's interesting that it's not just like super mystical trials of strength or puzzles or, you know, whatever. Very cool to see that in there.
You're right. I think that's something that my kids caught. So I introduced this to my kids a few years back, and they've watched it, I think, a couple times, and they liked it. And I don't know if that's because I'm their father, and just like Transformers the movie, they have to like it or find
Or else.
somewhere. No, I'm not that type of father. Like we're going through Firefly right now, and I'm kind of watching their like facial expressions. I'm like, are they really digging it, or are they just bored out of their damn minds and they're here because I'm forcing them to watch it? But no, I think they legit like this one. I think they actually liked Labyrinth more because they know the music. They really got into the music and the puppets, and it's just so whimsical and over the top. Plus, it has the Fry Guys, and that was like their favorite characters. This one's a little bit more slower pace. The way it's filmed seems a little it's odd for a kids movie. It's not quite a kids movie. It's not quite an adults movie. It's somewhere in between. I think it's what that's why they were like, okay, like they like it, but it's not like their favorites. We did watch Legend. They thought Legend was creepy.
I still want to see Legend. I've never seen that one.
That is one of Tim Curry's best roles of all time. All time. He was amazing in that movie. Somebody mentioned Pennywise earlier with Jonathan Brandis. That's right. He was in the original It miniseries. Hey, what's going on, Brent? For old movies that might be cheesy, Brent teaches film studies like my wife does. But you teach them at a college level, right, Brent? I just don't care. I put aside my critical self and accept it as the directors and budget intended. I think sometimes I have to do that for things like, Goofy. Goofy movie is a perfect example. I didn't grow up with that. Like that, I know nostalgia. Yeah. I mean, I know who Goofy is. I assume he had a kid. But going and watching it for the first time, I thought it was okay, right? And I can see why people like it. People keep talking about the Page. I ain't never seen the Page Master. I was out of high school, I think, when that came out.
I have only seen it as a child. I remember liking it, but I don't remember a lot other than I think it's Macaulay Culkin. And I think it is one of those ones where it's live action and then also cartoon, and that's all I remember.
Yeah, like he goes into a cartoon world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or they come out. I don't remember which it is. I just remember it's something with a magical library. I think like there are things in this movie like I really enjoyed though. Like I think one of my favorite things was the moment where like everything's collapsing in, and she's like, the kid needs to realize that like he's part of this story too, and like his story is a never-ending story because like people are watching this right now, and it like calls out like the audience viewer. And I'm like, if I was a kid, I would feel so magical in that moment. I would be like, me, because I'm watching him and he's watching you. Like the way I would have lost my mind. Like it does really fun things like that I feel like like first of all, this whole world state is super imaginative and super unique, and I feel like stuff like that is like really good for kids because then they do feel like they're part of it. They're like, oh, and then I saw this and he saw that. And I don't know. I really liked that part of the movie. I think I would have lost my mind.
I think so. You just mentioned two things. Number one, that's the ending of the Care Bear movie. You have kids screaming, "We care, we care." That was exactly what they were doing. Audience participation. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, this movie does have one of my favorite moments and lines. It's the when Bastion is there at the ivory tower with the childlike empress. There's one that remains, and he's like, "Why is it so dark?" And she says, "In the beginning, it is always dark." And it's almost like capturing the mystery and you've lost everything, right?
Yeah.
And there's so much hopelessness, but there's just that little ounce of hope that you still have and hold on to. I love that part. I think it's great. So I'm so glad that you caught on all that stuff that was happening. Care Bears movies 40 weeks ago. Just 40 weeks? You mean 40 years? Yeah, I saw this one.
I loved the Care Bear movies as a kid. I was a kid yelling at the screen.
I just watched the Transformers animated movie 1986 last. No Optimus. No Optimus? Well, he was in it. Yep, I teach college level film class. Black KKK Klansman. Is that how you say? I don't even know how to say it. I did watch it. Was this week. I will watch any Police Academy movie. It isn't, dude. Police Academy 5. Miami. What is it? Assignment Miami Beach. I love that movie. It's so. Yeah, there are cheesy movies. I know. Like right now, one of my my daughter's making fun of me because I'm watching Virgin River season 7. It's so bad. I don't care. I just put it on in the background. It's like it's my type of soap operas that I get from X-Men comics. The Page Master was so dark to me. That and the Brave Little Toaster. Brave Little Toaster is one of my favorites. I think that might be in my top 10 favorite Disney cartoons. I really like that movie.
That movie scared the shit out of me as a child.
Oh, the air conditioning unit?
The air conditioning unit, and I would like always cry during the junkyard car scene. Like that movie scared the shit out of me as a kid. I loved it. I would watch that and the sequel all the time, but it scared the shit out of me.
That movie, like, I did not want to throw away any appliance at my house after watching that damn movie because I was like, no, we can fix it. I truly think Brave Little Toaster and Toy Story like damaged my psyche into becoming a hoarder because like I'll like have like a piece of junk and I'm like, but if I throw it away, it's gonna be sad and alone. And I'm like, dude, these movies messed me up. When are we gonna get an Omar review of One Piece season 2 and Virgin River season 7? Well, I'll be done with Virgin River tonight, baby. One Piece season 2. Let me see if Maddie and Tina want to do something because I know Oddfell hasn't even seen season 1.
Yeah, I'd have to catch up quite a bit.
Yeah, so maybe me and Tina and Maddie can do it with Oddfell's blessings, like maybe this Friday or something. Since you'll be at a show, right? Is it this week or next week?
So I actually don't know. So buy tickets to the Star Wars after party for C2E2 because we don't know if it's happening. Please buy tickets so it can. If you want to see me be a Twi'lek, you should buy tickets.
For the people that don't know, what is a Twi'lek?
It is the Star Wars. Okay. As someone who's a Star Wars casual, to me, it's the equivalent of like a sexy blood elf, but in the Star Wars universe. They're very like rainbow. They've got the really long like skin pieces, and they're always very sexy. Because apparently biologically they have to be sexy because they're hot blooded. Thank you, George Lucas.
Well, it's biological. You can't argue with science.
They gotta be sexy. They gotta be scanty. But yeah, so I will be go-go dancing at the Star Wars High Fantasy event next Friday if we hit ticket sale goals. So if you're going to be in Chicago, definitely check it out. Buy those because I'd love to get to dance. But if not, I might stay in the comfort of my home and not go to C2.
You all remember that. My nostalgia movie, kids movie for me is Sandlot. I met what is the guy's name? I can't remember the character's name. But he's the one that You're Killing Me, Smalls. He was the catcher. I saw him at a bar one night in Tennessee, my wife and I was like, that's the guy from Sandlot. She was like, no. And then when she turns around, she was like, oh my God, it looks just like him.
It is the guy.
Disney released Little Toaster under Touchstones to distance their branding for Nightmare Before Christmas.
Worked on you. I straight up didn't think it was a Disney movie.
Black Klansman, freaking great movie. Parasite was also great. Won an Oscar. Was last week. That freaked students out in good ways. They enjoyed the symbolism assignment that I assigned for that one. I love that you're teaching that class, man. That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Can't argue with biology. Yes, Brave Little Toasters, man. Goonies, dude. Goonies, yes. Goonies. So there were so many movies that I really enjoyed in the 80s, and this was definitely one of them. So out of curiosity, Oddfell, what would you rate the NeverEnding Story out of 10? Just pretend like I'm not here and you're gonna break my heart. I didn't, just what would you honestly rate it?
I'm debating. I think, I'll give it a 7.
Wow, 7 is good. Shit,
I was
in
gonna-
school, I wish I had a 70 sometimes.
I was gonna give it a 6, but then I sat and thought about it, and I'm like, no, there were a lot of like themes and like music that I really liked, and even though I feel like the plot like didn't hit as hard for me, there was a lot of things where I'm like, I could see the merit in it, and I could see why it did well, and like why kids love it,
Well,
or adults who watched it as kids and have nostalgia for it. I can totally see why.
yeah, definitely adults who never want to grow up.
Like that's the kind of movie where I truly think if I watched it as a kid, that's when I could see myself rewatching like every other year or something, right? If I had like an attachment to it. Because that's what I do with Last Unicorn. I love Last Unicorn. I rewatch it every couple years. Like I could see that being a similar
We
vibe.
should do Last Unicorn. That's one of my wife's favorite movies of all time. She loves the books. She's got, I think, 2 or 3 different versions of the books because there were different releases of the books.
Did you see they're releasing a limited edition one? Because I'm this close to buying it. She probably would like how it looks.
Of the book?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who's publishing it, but it's like a gorgeous wraparound watercolor cover for the first book. I don't think they're doing the whole series.
No, I didn't. Maybe I can look that up. One of my childhood nostalgia movies is Die Hard. It sounds like a joke, but it isn't. No, I don't. I don't think. I think it's movies that captivate you. It's movies that stay with you when you're a kid. And it doesn't matter what it was. Like, I love Return to Oz for that reason. I don't know how well that is held up. I love the Peanut Butter Solution. I don't know if anybody has even seen that. There was a Nickelodeon movie. There was one, oh my gosh, it was based on a Twilight Zone episode, which I think was based on a Ray Bradbury story. I Sing the Body Electric, and they made a Nickelodeon movie out of it. So I have like Nickelodeon movies. What was it called? The Electric Grandmother or something like that. So there's all these movies that will forever play in my head. And then there's some that I keep going back to, like RoboCop. I feel the same way about RoboCop that you do, John, about Die Hard.
I mean, and there's some that like objectively like aren't good movies that were just like, it's nostalgic though, and I love it. Like I know objectively Aquamarine is a not good movie. I love it, and I watch it every handful of years because I loved it so much as a kid. But it's a very paint by number, like coming of age movie. It's not like spectacular, but I think there's certain movies that really do stick with you for whatever reason, and they become better movies in your eyes just because of whatever memories you have like tied to them.
What the hell is Aquamarine?
Oh, have you? Okay, so it's like a 2000s mermaid coming of age movie.
Like animated?
No, live action. It's Sarah Paxton, Emma Roberts, and the chick who was the most recent lead on Moulin Rouge. I'm trying to think of her name.
Oh, you mean like in Broadway?
Yeah, the third chick is the most recent Moulin Rouge on Satine on Broadway. But it's Sarah Paxton and Emma Roberts are the other two girls.
I ain't never heard of this movie.
It's cute, it's dumb, it's like a summer flick coming of age movie, but that's one that's like very just like, I remember watching it on my little portable DVD player when I'd be like going camping or something all the time. It's just nostalgic. It's not a great movie, very nostalgic.
Wow, dude, I ain't never heard of this one.
Mm-hmm.
Not that bad of a movie, okay?
It's not, it's just very like there's nothing.
We may have to do comfort nostalgia movies the next time we do some polls.
Yeah, because it's very like there's nothing I don't think dedicatedly bad about it. It's just very average. It's very paint by number. Again, summer teen flick. I just love it.
So here's some of mine. When I was a kid, my parents had either Cinemax for a month or HBO for a month. They would work out some kind of deal where you could have something for a month.
Yeah.
And during the summer, it was a big thing. And have you heard of movies like Caddyshack or Meatballs? You ever heard of those movies?
Yeah. At camp, we have to watch Meatballs like every year.
Okay.
My camp director loves that movie.
Meatballs is the classic, right? That is the classic camp movie. Like, but for me, it's Meatballs 2. and nobody knows what the hell Meatball 2 is except maybe a couple of people. And Caddyshack 2, which is a piece of garbage movie. It's not even.
I made a second Caddyshack.
Nobody should even watch the second Caddyshack. It's awful. It's awful, awful. Bill Murray is not in Meatballs 2. Oh my God. Okay, but Meatballs 2 at least has some things about them. But Caddyshack 2 has nothing going for it. But it's nostalgia for me. Like, I remember when those movies would come out on Cinemax, and I would watch them during the summer.
God, speaking of sequels, when we got done with the show last week, my roommate was like, Disney Plus has Atlantis 2. We are watching it. Because I'd never seen it.
Okay.
It is so bad. Like, she and I were cackling. Like, it is so actually horrible. It feels like 3 or 4 episodes that were supposed to be a TV show. Yeah, like it feels like a pilot that didn't get greenlit. The first entire mission could have been solved with just Vinny. No one else had to be there. Kita gets a cool outfit, I guess, because they go to like the main world. So she gets like a little gargoyles looking like trench coat and sweater outfit. When I say it's so bad, Omar, like it completely ruins anything Atlantis had going for it. Because, like, do you care about spoilers for this crappy sequel?
No, I don't care unless you make me watch it. No, I don't care.
So, like, it would have been kind of a cool show if they like put more energy into it, because they're doing like supernatural mythological stuff in different like areas of the world. So, like, one is Odin, and one is like a Native American story, and I forget what the first one is. Oh, the Kraken. But Milo keeps calling it the Kraken. First of all. It's hard.
It's not Michael J. Fox doing his voice.
Not Michael J. Fox. I can't tell if they changed Kita's voice or not. The rest of them sound the same, but it's definitely not Milo.
Mm-hmm.
It ends with Kita being like, we should share our technology with everyone. And she just decides to float Atlantis to the surface, and now it's part of the world in the crystals, free use for everyone, which means literally Rourke and Helga did that for nothing. Because that was an option the whole time, was just floating the city and making it on the map. So Atlantis is just an island in the middle of the ocean now.
Oh,
there's tourism. You can go to it.
Yeah, oh man. Was the animation at least good? No. Okay.
It was like, it looked like it was done for like Newgrounds Flash player. It was bad. Like, reused shots and just very, like, jerky, like, frame rates. Every now and then a frame rate would pick up for, like, really silly stuff, but it was very low budget. Really rough. Oh, they add an animal companion for no reason.
Oh, okay. Because they didn't have a cute animal in the first one, did they?
Yeah, it's like a weird lava platypus dog thing.
Okay, all right. What's up, Meepo? You came in right at the time when Ødfel is sharing her thoughts on Atlantis 2. What was it called? Did it have a subtitle?
Milo's Return. It's not good. It's not good. To Atlantis.
Yeah, I saw the first movie.
So he's returning to the mainland, to the world again.
Oh, is it JoJo? Is that who you're thinking about? R&B pop singer from the mid.
Yes, JoJo. JoJo's the third girl.
Wait, not JoJo Siwa.
No, I think her name's JoJo something else. I'm pretty sure that's the correct name, though.
I remember Milo's return. He should have stayed, honestly.
He should have stayed, honestly. It's really bad. It's like, dude, if you ever watch it, make a drinking game out of it. Like, see if there's like a listing, because it is just like, we were screaming at the TV because it's just, it was a painful watch. It was bad. I'm glad I got some street cred for it, though.
RoboCop 3, why? RoboCop 3, I think Frank Miller wrote that script, didn't he? He wrote the script for 2, and I think he wrote the script for 3, yeah. So, have you ever seen RoboCop?
I think I've only seen the first one.
That's the good one. The second one's good, too. The third one, unfortunately, they replaced the lead actor and it's okay. It's not as memorable as the first one, but the second one's actually pretty solid too. And then there was a TV show as well. You know, it's funny because I mentioned this from time to time on the show that the 80s was such a weird era. So RoboCop was a rated R movie, right? Like a guy gets shot in the dick. There's like sexual assault, like all these things that are, yet they made toys out of this rated R movie.
That's the thing. Like the RoboCop cartoon for kids also. I'm like, what? What? I'm like, when I watched this movie, it was very adult. Like,
it's not the only one either. There's other 80s movies that were rated R that they tied it into like not Happy Meals, but those kind of things. Like
yeah.
Dude, I love Darkman. Darkman 1 was so good. But that's almost like if you see Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, you can see a lot of like Darkman in it, right? Like same shots and everything. Freddy, did not have a Nightmare on Elm Street? Did they have Nightmare on?
That's wild. That's crazy.
Aliens, Predator. There were movies. Rambo, yes, Rambo toys and a cartoon as well. It was just insane. The 80s were crazy, dude.
Lawless, absolutely lawless.
RoboCop 4 Blood Hunt. No, there's not. Commando had kid toys and kid bed sheets. I'm curious about these Nightmare. I think I remember Nightmare on Elm Street toys. Maybe. I mean, they were cashing in at that time. Kid and Play got a cartoon. House Party were all rated R movies. Fun fact, House Parties 1 and 2 were written by Reggie Hudlin, who would later on become president of BET and later on wrote Black Panther and wrote the marriage of T'Challa and Storm. Fun fact. It's all tied together, baby. All tied together. Freddie had kids merch, even bubble gum for kids.
That's wild.
Oh, Toxic Avenger did get a... Dude, did you ever... The Toxic Avenger movie is so... Like, you can't make movies like that anymore. And there is a new Toxic Avenger movie, and I actually liked it. But there's a certain charm in... Trauma movies are their own thing. I love those movies. Wasn't there an animated series for both RoboCop and Rambo? Yes, they were.
Wholesome, family-enriching franchises.
Police Academy 1 was rated R, and they also had a cartoon later on. The Conan movie, which was rated R, had kids merch.
Was R a suggestion in the 80s? Like, what?
Well, when Conan 1 came out, there was only R and PG. There was no PG-13. It wasn't until Temple of Doom, your favorite Indiana Jones movie. And what was the other? There was another movie, and my chat always reminds me. There was another movie that also they kicked off the PG-13s. It was Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, and there was another movie that kicked it off in 85, I want to say. I love trauma movies, but yeah, ain't no way in hell you can make trauma movies these days, man. Was it Red Dawn? Is that what it was? Brett. Oh, Brett teaches. Yeah, of course he knows. Thought it was Gremlins for some reason. Yeah, I thought it was Gremlins too, but apparently it's Red Dawn. That awful evolution movie with David Duchovny also got a cartoon. Actually, the Beetlejuice cartoon was good. And Beetlejuice wasn't rated R, was it? I think it was just like PG-13.
I don't know, because it's got adult humor, but I don't think enough adult humor I'd consider it R-rated.
Yeah, I think it was rated PG-13. The new Toxic... Dude, it was good. I like the new Toxic Avenger movie. Wasn't... I mean, it's different than the original. But it was funny. They used to make animated series out of anything. Anybody remember Hammerman? Hell yeah, I remember MC Hammerman. Remember the sports guys? There were 3 of them, like Bo Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Wayne Gretzky. And they were like superheroes. Boy, y'all are bringing back some memories. Oh, okay. Ødfel, what should we talk about next Wednesday? We've got, we're kicking off Born Again Season 2. I could talk about that if you want. But I think it's only 1 episode that is being dropped. So that's awesome. I would
offer to catch up, but there's no way with also making a costume for next weekend I could catch up on that much Daredevil, so I have to leave that to you.
I don't expect you to catch up. I was just going to talk about it maybe next week with a little bit of spoilers. But more importantly, what would you like to do next week? What genre would you like to do next Wednesday?
Do we want to do another one from the list we did this week? Do you want to do another genre? What are you feeling?
What's your other favorite genre? Do you like sci-fi?
I haven't seen a lot of sci-fi. I'm very like hit or miss with it. I just started watching Star Wars this year. So
What about comedy? Do you like comedy? Because comedy can be subjective, and we come from different eras. What you find funny, I may not, and what I find funny, you're gonna be offended.
yeah, I don't watch a lot of comedy movies, so that could be fun. We could do that.
But you do have like some of your favorite comedy movies, like off the top of your head. What's like some of the funniest movies you've seen? Please God, let it be something offensive. And
Well, I try to think because I'm like, do I watch comedy movies?
yeah, like what are some of your what's made you laugh? Like when you think of a movie that is purposely done to be a comedy.
I like Groundhog Day. Is that a comedy?
Hell yeah, that's a comedy, baby.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like I like that one.
that's a classic, man. That's a good one. Okay, it doesn't have to be like balls out laughing. It can
No,
just,
I'm just trying to think. Like I
You
feel
ever
like
go to
most
the-
comedy movies, if I've seen them, they're probably just on TV. Like I don't think I've gone to the theaters to see a comedy movie.
Tina Major Pain. I love you, Tina. Scary Movies coming back, and that's a class. Did you watch Scary Movies? They're spoofs of horror movies.
I wasn't allowed watching that or fantasy movie as a kid because it was too adult.
To adult. Awesome. What about Austin Powers? Like things like that, like made purposely to be funny.
Yeah, I think I've seen the first two Austin Powers movies and I enjoyed them. I thought they were pretty good.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have so much fun with this.
I love Airplane.
Do you really?
I
Oh,
like
shit.
Airplane. I like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles also.
Fuck yeah, you do. Okay.
I'm trying to think.
How do you
Because like
feel?
I grew
Mel
up with a lot of like my dad's favorite comedy movies, but like I have to like
you don't have
dig
to
back.
Make me feel old. You don't have to make me feel old. All
Well, no, I mean because like I don't watch a lot of comedy movies myself, so all the ones like I remember are ones I remember watching as a kid. So I'm like,
But honestly, you know, our parents are who we like. My dad would show me a lot of like Peter Sellers films, and then later on, it was my friends that got me into like Monty Python or Mel Brooks. So I think a lot of the comedy starts off early, like when you're a kid. You know, your mom and dad are usually like, "Oh, watch this. This is funny." Or maybe I remember my mom like, "He shouldn't be watching this." My dad was like, "Oh, he's fine." Like when watching like Benny Hill and things like that.
oh,
So go ahead.
the Holy Grail. Oh my god.
Yeah, you like Monty Python though? Okay,
Yeah,
now we're
so-
cooking. Now we're
so-
cooking. Okay.
My dad really liked the like Airplane style of humor, and my mom really liked the like Monty Python style of humor. So I feel like I've seen like a little bit of like the
Okay.
two ends of the comedy spectrum because I feel like they're very opposite.
Where do you stand on Mel Brooks? Like classic
I
Mel
like Mel
Brooks.
Brooks. Oh God, I forgot about Mel Brooks movies too. Young Frankenstein is probably one of my favorites.
Yes. You're good. See?
Yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah.
There we
I just
go.
like when I think of comedy movies, I like try and think of any that are like recent, and I just haven't.
There hasn't been any good reason.
Yeah, but I'm like Young Frankenstein. I love a lot. Robin Hood Men in Tights. I love a lot.
Awesome. I'm gonna choose some movies that will get you canceled. Great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do this.
Watched Blazing Saddles in high school English.
Did you really?
Mhm.
Those were the days.
I don't know how we
Was
were
it-
allowed doing that.
Was it edited?
No. We read Frankenstein, we watched the Robert De Niro Frankenstein, and then we watched Young Frankenstein, and one of the kids in class convinced my teacher to let us watch Blazing Saddles because she had never seen it, and it was also Mel Brooks, and we were ahead of the curriculum on like what we had to be doing. And I think she regretted it about 10 minutes in, but she went, "We already started it, so it's whatever."
Oh my God, that's awesome. You got to watch. That has nothing to do with
Anything.
that you read at all. Your teacher
Yeah.
must have been like, I just love this movie and want to introduce young minds to it. That's a great teacher.
I mean, it's good satire. Like, it's not, you know.
What
Oh, I
about
like Tropic Thunder.
Oh, Tropic Thunder was great.
Tropic Thunder is fantastic. I
What
just
about-
like, I really feel like there hasn't been a lot of comedy movies since like 2008.
No, I think Tropic Thunder was like, okay, let's get it all out now. Let's make fun of everything, and because this is our last hurrah.
Literally.
Do comedy again. What about 90s dumb humor like Adam Sandler movies or Jim Carrey?
I grew up with some Jim Carrey movies. Like, I don't really care for Ace Ventura, but I liked The Mask.
Mhm. Based on the comic.
I remember thinking like Happy Gilmore and whatever. Is it 50 First Dates is the other Adam Sandler one? Those they were okay.
Those are sweet.
Yeah, they're okay. I've
like
never been like super diehard for Adam Sandler movies.
Like Kevin Smith early movies, like Clerks or
I've only seen Clerks, and I don't remember much about it.
Have you seen Mallrats?
Mm-mm.
Oh shit! Oh man, this is harder than I thought it was gonna be. Because yeah, obviously I grew up in the '80s, so a lot of the things that your mom and dad liked are the kind of humor that I like. But then in the '90s, there was this Gen X type of humor with like Kevin Smith, like that later he apologized for because he's looking at it through the lens of an old man that has a daughter now, and it's different, right? It hits different. That's what we used to say. But I mean, it was a product of its time, and it's just I love Dogma. I love Mallrats. Oh my god, Jason Lee's character in Mallrats is my spirit animal. I don't even know if I can say that anymore.
I like oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. I like Steve Martin movies, and I like Bill Murray movies.
Have you seen The Jerk?
Yes, I love The Jerk.
I love The Jerk. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. You're gonna be great.
Yeah.
Now,
no, because
it's choosing two. You can only choose two, and I can choose two.
I can only choose two, and I'll have to think. I'll find some good ones in the noodle. I feel like my parents like subjected me to like the weirdest mix of movies. 'Cause my parents are from the '60s, but they're also really cool. So it's like I've seen just like so much.
The '60s usually are pretty cool, though.
Yeah, because they're like just pulling out like crazy stuff all the time when I was a kid. So I'll brainstorm some cool ones that I haven't seen in a long time.
Okay, awesome. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so next week it will be comedy. I will choose two movies. Ødfel will choose two movies, and you all, that's right, you all, and anybody else that gets to see the poll later, will get to vote on what we talk about next Wednesday. And then I'll talk about that first episode of Daredevil, Born Again, season 2. Yeah, that's it. And Ødfel will also be joining us on Old Reader, New Reader on Tuesday, which is Messiah Complex. We're doing Messiah Complex with a group of other people, and it's just going to be a blast. It's kind of the birthday pick that we had. So, but that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button. Check us out on Patreon and Spreadshop. And Ødfel, where can people find you?
Yes, I am Ødfel on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and here on YouTube. I do mostly cosplay-related content, but on YouTube I do toy and statue unboxings as well as appear here. My Tomb Raider video is up, and if you will be in Chicago for C2E2, check out the High Fantasy Star Wars event. I will be there go-go dancing.
Awesome. As a tweaker, what are you again?
Twi'lek.
Thank you, George Lucas. Everybody have a wonderful evening. We're out of here.